Hello, everyone. Welcome to Casa de Sonic. This is the Elbow Nudge Podcast, episode 25.
Beautiful. Casa de Sonic. Covering Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Caroline, why did we watch Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
Well, as we previously discussed in our Sonic the Hedgehog episode, we were going to watch this movie because I'm a Sonic fan and you were pretty impressed ish by Sonic the Hedgehog. So it's not a question of why did we watch this movie. It's we needed to watch this movie. This was a good movie.
It was a must.
This was a
Yeah,
must.
you spoiled it for me.
Ah! No, I did not.
You told me it was good going in. I'm like, oh, here we go.
That's not a
You,
spoiler.
you set an expectation.
I counterbalanced it, by the way, and told you that other people we know said that it was and that they thought it was kind of slow or whatever. And then
That is not a counterbalance. That is an anomaly.
it is a counterbalance.
No, it's not.
I wanted to channel your expectations a little bit.
No, I did not take it like that. I took it as a very strange opinion on the movie.
Okay, well then you agree that it's not slow pace and it's good, right? Right?
It's not good. It's amazing.
Oh, I was holding my breath. How dare you play with my emotions regarding this film? I really liked this movie, man. Like, you have no idea. I think I mentioned it to you briefly, but I was so bursting at the seams yesterday to talk about this film that I really could not think of other topics to talk to you about until you've seen this movie. I was like,
yeah, we made it work. Filler conversations.
We made it work with small talk and chit chat until you left for the movies.
Just left.
As soon as you
That
left,
was the only way.
I breathed a sigh of relief. Like, good job, Carolyn. You didn't spoil anything.
Is it really that hard to not spoil?
No. It was that hard to not talk to you about this movie and what I liked and things like that.
I bet it's really difficult for Davey.
I
hold back. I bet it's like a trembling that he has inside of him.
He's doing us a favor by holding back.
Yeah. I think it takes all his might
to just hold back spoilers from a film. And then as soon as you give him the okay, he's like, blah.
But all right, let's hear it. What were you? Let's let
I was gonna say
bursting begin.
Before we let the bursting begin, this movie did just come out, so I do want to give a little review, spoiler free, and then after that,
I forgot about that.
We'll dive into the spoiler, filled review. So for this next portion, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes, real quick, for people who have not seen it yet and you're thinking about seeing it or you're not all that hyped on seeing it, please, if you are a fan of video game, like even then, this movie did such a good job with being a movie based on a video game. And wait, did I say that right? Yes, right? A movie based on a video game.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I was getting it reversed. Either way, this movie did a really good job at making it its own thing. It was still a film, but it made so many good homages and takes and little nods to the video games, to the characters. Yes, it can be a little bit childish in its jokes, but overall, this movie has a heart of gold in that it's always well-meaning. It's not like too much for kids that you can't get enjoyment out of it. There are still a lot of good laughs for everybody to enjoy. The music is pretty good. Sonic and Tails and Knuckles have great dynamics in their characters. Jim Carrey brings, in my opinion, his best in this film. We'll talk more about these in detail later on when we get to the spoiler-filled review, but just if you're not really inclined to see this movie or you really had no wish to see it, I highly encourage you to see it. This was such a good movie, and I'm so glad I watched it. You got anything to say, Tone?
Yeah, I'm only gonna say make sure you watch part 1 first before watching this. That's it. All right, let's get into this.
You gotta get the basics in there. But all right, everybody, we're gonna get into the spoiler-filled part. So if you have not seen the film, it's understandable if you want to click away or pause this podcast, go watch it, and come back.
I don't know who would click on it without having seen it. I think we've already made the habit after 25 episodes that they
if we
They
put
see the movie first.
if we put in the title, spoiler free and spoiler filmed
No,
review, people
never,
might people might
never.
be more inclined to click on it.
For what? For
To
what? For 4 minutes?
yeah.
No.
Aw. Come
They
on.
already know. They already know, "Alright, I gotta watch this movie before listening." We've trained them.
I guess so. After 25 episodes of and out of those movies, only 3 of them being recent releases, we've trained them, okay.
Yeah, what are the 3 movies? Oh, Dune. Yeah,
Dune,
yeah.
Batman, Sonic 2.
Yeah. Look at that ratio.
Mm. Look at that ratio. We've
Alright.
totally trained our audience. Mm.
Well, yeah, every single episode, we spoil the movies. We never give a
I mean, to be fair, the movies that we watch that we've covered are pretty, they're not new releases.
I know
Like,
you're going I know you're going with the Davy reasoning. I understand.
I am just saying,
I'm going with the reasoning that spoilers are always
a
off
given.
limits unless
We just give a special consideration for films that are still in theaters at the time of recording.
of course.
Okay, so now we can dive into the spoiler-filled part of this movie.
Yeah. Let the seams burst.
Uh, where do I
What do you got?
begin? Sonic is so cute. he so I'm gonna start from the beginning of the movie and just kind of work my way and we'll jump around as we do in the elbow nudge ways. I like the transition from Tom being friend to dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah?
They at the beginning of the movie, Sonic is trying to figure out his place in the world and figure out why he's here. Like, why are we still here? And he's thinking he's going to be a superhero because he's a kid and he's got powers. So that's what you do if you have powers. You're a superhero, but that's not really working out for him. So Tom takes him to the boat, tries giving him this old talk, but Sonic is like, "You're supposed to be my friend. You're not my dad." And I was like, "Oh, Tom is trying. He's trying." But I liked that transition a lot. I think it fit better. Something about this movie just really worked with all the characters and their dynamics. I feel like Sonic 1, which is a good movie, was still like this was what we were working up towards. Sonic 1 was the build up. Sonic 2 is this is the real movie. This is the real story of Sonic. I it was just so neat to see. I got a good laugh with Tom being like in his new dad mode when he was watching all the groomsmen. Because that's another for people who have seen this movie. Just reminding y'all. When he goes to that uh wedding in Hawaii and he sees the groom and his groomsmen being all bros and hugging it out and jumping around. I thought he was gonna say something like, I used to be cool like that, or I could do that. But instead he's like, I want that for Sonic. Like something about that was so cute, so wholesome, so funny. And it was just like I loved it a lot. I liked his character to just kind of be a little bit downgraded like that. He fits better in that role. And then
Downgraded?
well, like because he went from being Sonic's best buddy to being like Sonic's dad.
A dad is a downgrade?
I'm just saying, like in terms of
Wow.
screen time and role and things like that.
So yeah, let's talk about that because I think that's my only complaint with the movie, and it's
Oh,
and it's very little.
okay. Please do tell.
The problem that I had with the first movie was, and we made the comparison to Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like every time it's with the real humans, with Tom, what's her name, Maddie,
Hmm.
Rachel, is like, I just want to see the Sonic stuff. And here it was minimized, and we got a lot more Sonic stuff. But every time it cut to the Tom story and the wedding story, it was like it it just threw it off, and I was just waiting. I felt like what's his name, Michael Bolton. As soon as it cut back to Sonic, is like, now back to the good part. Like thank goodness, and then every time it cut back to the humans,
This
it's
is the
like
tale.
I always forgot about them. I'm like, oh,
Uh-huh.
that's right, that's
Yeah.
right. But very specifically, only the wedding scene because I did like um the second in command cop. I forgot his name.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
like Tom. I like
Wade.
Maddie. Wade,
Wade.
yeah. I like them all. When it cut to them, it was still fine and fun. But when the wedding scene took a little bit too long, and yeah, whenever it involved just like no Sonic characters, it was like, all right, come on, guys.
Hurry it up.
Yeah, but it was much less
Yeah.
than the first one. Like this was a much better improvement.
I did not feel that until, because even the scenes where it showed like Tom in Hawaii and Maddie was like, "Hey, you're in Hawaii, spend time with your wife, take a Mai Tai." Like, I thought, okay, this is kind of comedic. It's showing like the parents are out and they think that their kid is safe at home and he's not totally wrecking the place. But I didn't feel that like human filler, come on, let's cut to the chase kind of thing until later in the movie when Sonic and Tails are captured and Tom and Rachel and Maddie have to like break into Gun. That whole segment I feel could have just been cut out. That's where I was like, come on, hurry it up. Tails is literally in a cage passed out. We better get to like
Yeah, it definitely felt like, all right, how can we include these guys into the story some more?
that whole thing with Rachel driving the golf cart through the wedding venue and uh
Yep.
like I was sitting there like, huh? Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, it's, eh. Yeah, that was where I was already like, okay, okay, come on, we were doing so good.
I like the Tom and Sonic fishing. I like that. But then yeah, as soon as they go to Hawaii, and this is how I thought they were gonna get them out the movie for a while. I thought,
Yeah,
oh, perfect. They're gonna be out the picture,
they're
and they'll probably come
gone.
back later. Yeah. But when it cut to them and they're really digging into that part of the story, I was thinking, how is this gonna be relevant to the rest of the story? And it's really only relevant for Tom to throw the ring for Sonic and Tails to get back from the
Yeah,
avalanche.
to save them from that Siberian avalanche.
Yeah, all of that up to that point is just for that moment, and then after that is to break Tails out and Sonic. But yeah, outside of that, I think they did it. They gave me the movie I wanted and more.
Yes. So let's shift gears from these human characters since we've expressed how much little we want them in this movie. What did you think of these two new characters now in Sonic of Tails and Knuckles?
I'll go in saying, I didn't play many Sonic games, but the ones that I did play, I was a fan of Knuckles because I thought, man, he's definitely the coolest. He could run, he could glide, and he could climb walls. He's
Yeah,
the best one.
he's the punchy guy.
And then he's Idris Elba. I love Idris Elba. And I'm like, all right, this is probably the guy I'm gonna get behind in the movie. And I did. But I was more won over by
He's so cute.
Tails is very sweet. Very
So
sweet, very
cute.
genuine, very supportive character.
He is so cute. I want
So
to
cute.
I want a plush of Tails. But yes, he's the Sam. Like he's the Sam to Frodo. He's the best bud. He's so supportive. I love the way he's like, ha, only Sonic can make an exit like that. Like
Yeah,
he's
huge. No one's a bigger fan of Sonic than Tails.
Sonic's number one fan.
Yeah.
But he's also like that younger brother character that Sonic starts becoming more aware of it. Like, I have to protect Tails. I need to make sure Tails is okay. Like, I love that. They nailed their dynamic so well. That was something that I absolutely loved. Was it felt like watching when those two, and then by extension later on when it was Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, uh it really felt like playing like this is dialogue from the games. This is how they all interact. They got it perfectly. It was so good. They didn't change anything or make any of the characters like a certain way to make it for the movie or to insert a conflict. Like
I'm
they were
curious about that. How is Ben Schwartz compared to Sonic in the games?
I was going to touch on that later, but I'll touch on that now. So,
Well,
Sonic
you're
in the
saying they didn't change much. So is he doing a good job as Sonic?
Yeah. So in Sonic the Games, all he is he's older. He's like 16, 17. He's played by Roger Craig Smith, who if you hear him back, has a noticeably just a little bit deeper voice, but he is very much more sassy, more sarcastic, more just this kind of like hot shot flies by the seat of his pants. They had the same character. He's just younger. He's like 10, 11, which works. And Ben Schwartz, by comparison to the first movie, this movie, he got a lot more laughs out of me in this movie. I think he did. I expressed this in the Sonic 1 podcast episode, but in this movie, he won me over. I wasn't even thinking about like that anymore. When I was watching the movie, I was like, yeah, this is Sonic. Like Ben Schwartz he did a really good job at bringing the Sonic game. And by that I mean like he played Sonic so well. He was able to get his one-liners in there. He was able to just make him more like a kid, but it was the same character. There's this one line in the movie that had me, Davey, and Josh like howling with laughter, and like I keep hearing it in my head. It's when he's sitting next to the dog and he's telling him like, all right, buddy, what kind of movie do you watch? Anything except Snow Dogs, because that movie is the worst. And
So I'm glad he brought that up.
that was such a funny scene.
So have you seen Parks and Rec?
No, I haven't. I think I've seen like a couple of episodes because I caught it with Davey a while back, but I do not remember Ben Schwartz making a huge impression on me.
So any Parks and Rec fans, they know this was a very John Ralphio moment and that Ben Schwartz pulled, because John Ralphio in Parks and Rec, he's kind of like this overconfident, like he has like a facade of being like way cooler than he actually is. He tries to impress people by pretending that he knows celebrities and he owns like fancy cars, whatever. And yeah, he's kind of sleazy. He can't really be trusted, but he's just like very funny for being that. He's like so over the top, and he always sings out these, well, always as in, not every single time he talks, but
yeah.
often he would sing out like these random phrases, and he literally says that as John Ralphio. There's like this one scene where they're being introduced to his sister for the first time, and then her name is Mona Lisa, and he's like, "Oh, I see you met my sister Mona Lisa, blah blah blah, like I can't believe you're gonna hire her. That's awesome, but she's the worst. The worst. Seriously, she's the worst." Like that's directly from his character. So I'm like, dang, he's pulling from that.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
I'm gonna have to send you. You remind me. I'm gonna send you the clip of like a John Ralphio compilation of this.
I'll make a note of that. But
he does that all the time. Another one is like he's opening up this business with his friend, and he's it's Aziz Ansari who's playing Tom, and he's asking him to like go half and half to open up this business. He's like, you caught me on the perfect day, because yesterday I would have said no, but today I've just found out my grandfather's dead, so I'm flush with cash. He just randomly sings. So when I heard that in Sonic, I'm like, wow, there you go. Ben pulling from his talents.
It was good. I liked it a lot. I mean, it got a laugh out of me. I didn't even know where it was from, so I can only imagine if I watch the source material now.
So I'm pretty sure you know what got the biggest laugh out of me.
There's a lot running through my mind. Please narrow it down.
It's the funniest thing I find in the entire world.
Okay.
That can never be topped, ever.
Is it? Is it the farts?
Yeah. When Sonic made a puppet Sonic to pretend that he's reading.
Like, oh, Tom, I can't talk right now, man. I had way too many chili dogs.
Yeah, stand back.
Stand back. It's dangerous in here. What, you didn't believe? You didn't believe it? I knew I should have used real farts.
Yes. That is the funniest moment in the entire movie. I had to force myself to stop laughing because the scene was way over with already, and I'm still laughing, and I'm trying to hold it back.
I should have known,
but I couldn't, and I was tearing. I was like tearing up. My friends were laughing too, and then my friend's girlfriend, she's looking over and she's saying, "I'm seeing 3 grown men just." And we really are the only ones. Like, I'm trying to hear if anybody else is laughing. Nah, I'm like, come on, kids, this isn't funny. Come on, this is good material here. It is the funniest thing. I
Oh,
wish I could have kept laughing to enjoy it,
the
but I was
kids,
ruining the movie.
the kids were the ones looking at you like, oh, when's this old man gonna stop?
Yeah. And that's why you always got to sit in the front because they can't look back and see who's
Oh,
laughing. You know, they can only see the back of my head and they don't know who it is.
they have no
So,
idea.
yeah, but oh man, that was so dang funny. I was looking for it on YouTube. I was hoping there's like a bootleg of it on YouTube because
Oh,
I
there's
need
gotta
to see
be.
that scene again. I can't remember what he says, but just when he say like, "Oh, stand back or clear out,"
He's like,
and it just plays over and over.
I had way too many chili dogs last night. Oh, they're still
Yeah,
coming.
and it just
Can't.
repeats. Is on a loop.
Yes, and then it distorts later, so it's like I'm trying to do a deep fart, but it's like.
It was hilarious. It's S tier comedy, Caroline. It doesn't get better than that. It's the funniest thing. I love that moment so much. It set the tone for the whole movie. I was so happy.
Right out the gate, they got you.
I just couldn't believe it. It was just perfect.
Oh,
It's
you're
perfect. They nailed it. I don't know who thought of that, but it was so funny.
that moment. Oh, there were a couple that got me pretty good. It was definitely the farts. It was the worst, and then it was the Doctor Egg when Stone was picking out his outfits, his little Doki Doki Eggman dress up, and there was like a maid costume. There was like a classic
Yeah,
Eggman.
classic Eggman.
I got a good chuckle out of that one, and then especially the Stone and his little cafe art, his little latte art of making him an Eggman with hearts.
So that was a good joke in that scene too, because he's making the Eggman art, and then he
Mm-hmm.
just goes, "Where are you, Doctor?"
Yeah. Where are you, Doctor?
No one's a bigger Eggman fan than
No one. No one.
Stone.
And then the other one was where he was like, you mean when Knuckles is telling Eggman, he's like, you mean we're just going to leave your associate here? And he's like, Stone's a good worker, but he's not the brightest. We'll leave him here. And Knuckles goes, dishonor. And he goes, this is how I roll.
Yeah.
That got me pretty good. That got me really good.
You just reminded me. Yeah. Oh man, because Jim Carrey. We're gonna have to talk about Jim Carrey,
Jim
but
Carrey is so good.
you
He's
reminded
so
me of the joke
good.
he said in the first one, where he's like, "Just be you, Sliss." Something like that. Like, just keep being you, Sliss.
Bliss. He's so good in this movie. Oh,
So hold on,
I
I just wanted to mention one more joke. The
go
second
ahead.
funniest joke that got me cracking up,
Okay.
and we're already in spoilers. Obviously, we're
Oh,
like halfway in.
we declared
Um,
that like 10 minutes ago, man. Keep
but
up.
I'm just saying because it's a good moment. This when Sonic goes supersonic, and
Oh,
then
okay, yeah. That's
he's
deep cut.
like he's like he's brewing a storm. Lightning is crackling down. He's summoning an ancient force, and then is a chili dog that just formed in his head.
Don't touch him. This is not the Sonic you know.
Yeah,
He is imbued with the force beyond your understanding. And it's a chili dog.
it was it was perfect.
It's so
He,
Sonic. It was
he has
so
the
Sonic.
power to muster anything in his imagination. Infinite power, unlimited power. And what does he summon? A chili dog.
There's a game called Sonic and the Black Knight, and Sonic becomes King Arthur, and he's given the power of Excalibur, and he's like basically able to wield all the powers of the kings combined. And when and they're like, I think he has like the Grail or something. He's like, he can have any wish he wants. Like nobody is able to use this power. Nobody is able to wield it correctly. And when he gets it, you just see him eating a chili dog, and I was like,
He
perfect.
used his wish.
Yep, he used his
One chili
wish.
dog.
One chili dog with
My man.
onions.
My man.
It was so perfect. It was so good.
So yeah, the two newer characters, Knuckles and Tails, excellent dynamic with Sonic. I was so happy to see them all together.
I felt like I was playing Sonic Heroes. Like even one of the moves where where Knuckles throws Sonic, that's a move in Sonic Heroes. Like that's a thing where you could pick up like Knuckles picks up Sonic and he just yeets him like a baseball and
Which
destroys
scene?
at the where they all group up in the movie, and they're all like trying to do their own thing and it fails, so they huddle up again and he's like, my speed, your brains, and your strength, if we work together we can take out Eggman. And then they all run forward. Knuckles grabs Sonic and throws him. That's like a thing in Sonic Heroes.
Gotcha.
Even the formation that they're running in Sonic Heroes, that's their formation. It was so good.
That was an excellent scene too, because they built up that scene to be everybody's moment when he said, "This is our moment."
Yep.
And everybody had like they did really good of giving everyone an individual time. Like, yes, this is the moment where you prove yourself. All the doubts you had, all the regret you had, like this is it.
I even love that they gave Sonic alone time with both of his friends. It wasn't like Knuckles just turned good on a whim. He actually had a moment with Sonic alone where Sonic rescues him and they're on the beach. I love when Sonic threw sand at Knuckles. That's another one that got a good laugh out of
Oh
me.
yeah, that was funny.
That was pretty good. But like that was a great moment for the two of them. And then when Sonic and Tails are at Serbia, like that was a great moment for those two. They had moments alone to establish friendship with Sonic. So when they all came together, it was like a group of bros. It was so good. It was so fun.
Man, that bar scene, or I don't know what it was in Serbia. What is it? Just a
I guess it is like a bar, a tavern,
yeah.
some
Compared to
kind of.
the bar scene in the first movie, so much better.
It was so much better even with the song. I'll take Uptown Funk over insert
Yeah.
random hip hop any day.
I don't think I mentioned it in the first one, but yeah, the bar scene in the first one, I thought it was like they're trying to do something, they're trying to do the bucket list thing, and I felt like it kind of dragged on. But
Mhm.
this was really good.
This worked because it was him and Tails too. Tails was able to use his tech and his know-how and make those
Yeah, the
holograms
his
and
Google Translate.
yeah. Yeah, oh, I thought that was so funny. I can't remember what it was. It was like, "Your breath smells like beef," or something. It was something like that. It was so funny.
And he
That's what I
said, "I farted, stand back."
they're like, "Ugh, you would catch that."
This movie has gold. Gold, Caroline.
Yeah, for you.
It was just so much more fun.
Yeah, I think that's it too. There was so much more fun in this movie. A lot of it is also really there was more Sonic in this movie, and by not just the character, the whole thing that comes with Sonic, the adventure, the comedy, the even the setting and the story, like that it felt so much more Sonic in this movie. The franchise, like everything that comes with Sonic and all of his fixins. The when they go to like that ruins where the Master Emerald is, that's straight up like there's so many deep cuts in this movie, Tony. I can't even begin. That the You know how they had like the map and there was like text on
Yeah.
the thing? That's not even like from a Sonic game that's like Sonic the Hedgehog or like one of the old Dreamcast games. This is from Sonic Riders from like the Xbox era. This game wasn't even like big, but there are characters in Sonic Riders that are like owls, albatrosses, and crows, like birds. And so their names come with special alphabets. And for this movie, they're like, oh, we made Longclaw, who's an owl. Well, there's owl characters in this game. We're going to borrow that alphabet from that game and bring it here. Like, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to make references to Sonic Riders, but they did. And I'm so happy they took the time to do that.
Yeah, we kind of spoke about this in the first Sonic conversation where we were saying that yeah, they kept it simple, right? We were following Sonic They showed his a little bit of his childhood running around in this mysterious island. It's supposed to be Green Hill,
Mhm.
but not really. And yeah, there's a lot of questions left unanswered, right? Like you told me they were echidnas,
Yeah.
the the army, but they never mentioned that. They never mentioned what Longclaw does or who she is. They kept it very simple, and then we spoke about that. We were saying maybe this is just to not overwhelm anybody and just bring everyone into the Sonic world. And then with Sonic 2, all of that's unfolding. I feel like this is one of the reasons why this is such a great sequel on top of just being a great movie,
Yes.
because they're connecting
Yes.
so many things. They're connecting Knuckles to the echidnas. They're connecting Longclaw to her purpose and what they did with the Master Emerald, and then even smaller things like even the wedding. And I forgot his name. The husband, fake husband, real husband,
Ralph?
whatever. Yeah, he's saying like, "I don't like what you did to my wife." Tying her up, blah blah blah. They mentioned that. They mentioned Olive Garden. They It's like everything is coming back. They're tying everything together. And then another one of my favorite scenes, even the baseball game when Sonic was playing by himself in the first
That
one.
is my favorite scene in this movie, but yes, please go on.
Yeah. Yeah, I just felt like, man, this is a great sequel. They're expanding on things that we saw very briefly in the first one, and is just getting more epic here in the second one. I love seeing
Yes.
the hologram of Longclaw and her showing the Master Emerald and her showing that they used to guard it and now it's up to Sonic, and it was so exciting. It felt like a grander adventure. It was awesome.
Yes, this is definitely going in my list of great sequels because I liked Sonic 1, but Sonic 2 is a 10 out of 10 movie for me. I love it so much. It took all of those little, from the littlest things in Sonic 1, it brought it back in Sonic 2. Even the whole the formation of Gun in this movie is a response to what happened in Sonic 1.
Right, that too.
Like, all of that was so smart, so well done. They didn't just leave things in the wind and leave, like, loose ends from the first movie, they brought it all back in this one. When I saw that baseball scene, Tony, I audibly gasped in the theater and was like, "They're playing baseball!" Like,
With friends and family.
Sonic gets to play baseball with friends and family, with people who care about him. Oh, it was so good. I love it. As a sequel, as a film, as a Sonic movie, this movie, and then just on the topic of it being a movie based on a video game, there were so many great homages. I actually have a list here of like quickies that were coming to mind when I left the theater. I was writing on my phone in the car. I was like, I gotta remember all this.
Can
Even
I
like,
guess a few since you have all of them?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right,
Guess
so
it.
we already have Eggman's original outfit.
Yes.
We have his logo that we
Yes.
saw. Mean Bean, it's a reference to the game or a game, right? The Mean Bean Cafe.
Yes, yes. It was a reference to the game that was like what was it on? The Sega Genesis or something?
I wouldn't know. I just know it's a
Yeah,
reference.
I'm pulling it up right now to show you the the cover, but yeah, it was called Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. It
Oh,
was
okay. There you go.
it was a game.
The other thing, he also has a Robotnik giant robot machine,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I don't know if it has a mustache masher, but does it have a mustache masher?
I think in one of the games there was a mustache masher. The manual, that was another one.
Yeah, the manual is like a Sega, classic Sega box
Jet
art.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, and obviously the ringtone.
Yep, yep.
Sonic's what's it called? What's the exact term for in the video games? When you're not pressing any buttons, just like his standby, like
The
his
idol?
waiting. Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
idol. Yeah, his idol pose when they were looking at his little hologram with Knuckles. When Knuckles first shows up to the Mean
Yeah,
Bean.
and he smashes he's like, "Smash annoying hedgehog."
Yeah. I know they got the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emerald origins and like history is pretty accurate according
Yep,
to what my friends told me.
that is pretty accurate, especially in, like, the IDW comics for Sonic. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, and I think off the top of my head that's what I got, but I'm sure there's a lot more.
I commend you. I think I give you a solid B plus for all of that because that's
Last one
pretty.
wasn't mine. Last one I was told.
I'll count it as yours. You got a Quizlet credit off of that.
All right.
um, and this is just like a brief one. The helicopter that the gun agents land in has SA2 on the top. And
Okay.
that's a reference to Sonic Adventure 2, because in the beginning of Sonic Adventure 2, he jumps out of a helicopter.
Oh, cool. So that's the one he jumped out of.
That yeah, that probably is. I'm gonna send you in the Discord. Sonic's bed in the comics is like Sonic's bed in the movie. He has that little
Look at
race
that.
car bed.
Nice.
Knuckles at the baseball, when he's like, "What is ice cream? Is it like grapes?" And that's because in throughout all of the Knuckles, anytime he makes an appearance, it's always kind of a thing. He loves grapes.
Really?
Yeah, that's like a thing in Sonic and Knuckles, the old game. He talks about when he goes to Green Hill Zone, he's like, "This world is so weird. However, I do like their grapes." Like he like that's just like a thing that Knuckles says, but and so it's always been a thing throughout any of the media. Even like I think in Sonic X, when Knuckles comes to the human world, he is seen eating grapes. So yeah, that was like a nice little nod to that. They didn't have to do that. The what's it called? That underwater area where the Master Emerald is housed in is from Sonic the Hedgehog, the 1991 game. It's called the Labyrinth Zone, and it's an underwater thing. Another one is the when Sonic is saving Knuckles, he breathes in that bubble. You see that where
Yeah, yeah.
he swallows the bubble. That is a feature in that
Oh,
level
and
of the
water
game.
levels. Yeah.
Yeah, in water levels, you have to go and
That's
swallow
right.
the oxygen.
Man,
And
that's good.
when Sonic was drowning in the score, you can hear the drowning sound. It's like a brr, 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 brr. But the score made it like a violin, so it was more like a da na na na. So
Wow, that's
even
good.
like that to the T was in there. Um, Obviously, like Tails' plane, he had that red plane. Even when I saw it going across in the wedding scene when it was like Rachel and
Yeah, have you
Ralph
seen the trailer? You're
forever,
like, all right, we know what's gonna happen now.
I was like,
They're
that's
showing up
Tails.
somehow.
That's Tails' plane.
Yeah.
Eggman even had his little hover egg that he's always seen in. That was something because Jim Carrey is not as rotund as Eggman typically
Right.
is, but
Right.
they still gave him his little floating egg, which is so cool. What else was there? When Sonic was doing the dance battle with Uptown Funk and he's in the air, he does the pose for Sonic Adventure. See if I can get a picture of that to you. Here's the cover for Sonic Adventure, but the
Oh. Oh,
it's
I
the
got you. I got
Sonic
you.
dance battle, but he does like the Sonic Adventure pose in the
Yeah.
air. I'll have to find a picture of it and send it to you later. What else is there? Oh, okay. Yeah, the last one is the big one, but I'll save that for later. It's
What? Why not right now? This is a list.
well, I guess because right now we're talking about and it's a good segue. So Gun was the big one. Was Gun was kind of the big reference, but not only that, but Gun and even how they said like at the end of the movie in the post credit scenes, it's Gun who the gun agent tells the leader of Gun like, "Sir, we found a base and there's something you should see." And then it comes up and there's Shadow. That scene is almost frame by frame a copy from the opening of Sonic Heroes when Shadow is like revealed in Sonic Heroes.
Really?
Yeah, I need to send you. Well, after this, we'll kind of look at some together. But in
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes, there's an opening cutscene because in Sonic Heroes, you can play three stories. You can play Team Sonic, Team Rose, which is Amy and her friends, and then Team Shadow. And those are three separate stories that will converge into one. And so when you play Team Shadow, the opening of the game starts off with it shows Shadow coming out of his like a Master Chief style like room, but in Sonic 2 at the end that's exactly what it looks like. That scene of the panning up and Shadow being like held up and him slowly opening his eyes, that's all in Sonic Heroes.
That's perfect.
It was so I was screaming in my seat. I was smacking Josh next to me like, "Ah!" It was so like, wow. Wow.
That one, when you guys told me there's an end credit scene, I immediately thought, all right, Shadow confirmed.
Yeah, me too. When I heard that there was an end credit scene, I was like, "It's Shadow.
Yeah,
It's Shadow." Uh,
and we called it too.
we
We said
did
he's either
call
gonna be
it.
at the end or end credit scene, which is,
It was I
is
said it
not
was
a
gonna
crazy prediction,
it's
but
exactly like Tails. Tails was kind of an end credits-y thing in, Sonic 1, and it was like,
yeah,
Tails, and we said in the podcast, like, Shadow's probably gonna be like Tails. They're gonna have him a little bit in the end credits.
yeah, yeah.
And boom, here we go. I'm so excited to get Shadow. Especially with how like, I would be scared if this movie did what like, I don't wanna, like, harp on it too much, but if this movie did, like, what Halo did, where they were like, "We're gonna disregard all the games, we're gonna try to bring something that kids will like now," and things like that, I would have been singing a completely different tune. But I'm so excited for Sonic 3 and what's to come with Shadow because of how well they handled the movie and the characters in Sonic 2. Even Knuckles is not a villain, and I love that too. They weren't trying to make him like a bad guy that all of a sudden just turns good. He was even like, he was saying like, why does Sonic like he abandoned his mission to go and save his friend and
The fox.
yeah, to go save the fox. And Eggman's like, yeah, because I forgot what he said. He was like, yeah, he's a loser like that or something. And Knuckles is like, interesting. Like he takes that into account and likes that about him that he has loyalty. And so
Yeah,
later
yeah, I
on
like
when
that too. I love that. It wasn't obvious, but they said enough so that you get the point where he respects loyalty. He wants that in his partnerships and friendships, and
exactly.
it pays off. Pays off in the end.
It pays off when he and Sonic are having their heart to heart, and I love that too, even where he's like, "I lost everything that day," and Sonic is like, "I lost everything that day too." They weren't having like a shouting match at each other. They were recognizing and noticing each other, and was like, "You said you lost everything that day," and he's like, "Let's." And they make an agreement. They become friends. It was just it's so good.
He crushes his hand.
He crushes his hand as he does with everybody.
Yeah. I was waiting for it. I knew they were gonna shake on it on the island.
Yep.
I'm like, let's hear those knuckles crack.
I for sure thought when they were in the plane and Sonic was like, "We need a plan of attack." I for sure thought Knuckles was gonna say, "I have a plan. Attack," and just fall off the
I
plane.
leaned over and told my friend that. He's like, all right, you could just fall off the plane. And then I just said, I have a plan. Attack.
I for sure thought Knuckles was gonna say that.
They did. I don't know if they'll go that far, but they did mention other.
The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, the Winter Soldier. They mentioned. Well, the Flash was in the comics. He reads Flash comics.
Yeah.
They mentioned the Rock and
And Vin
and Vin
Diesel.
Diesel.
Like The
Yeah.
Rock and Vin Diesel.
Oh, and I forgot. I was gonna mention it earlier, but when they were having the movie night, just him and the dog.
Mhm.
I was waiting to hear what movie they were gonna watch because I was gonna say that's the movie we're watching next, whatever it is. And
Alright,
then when
we're
Snow Dogs,
watching Snow Dogs.
nah, it's the worst.
The worst.
Pass.
Aw, I've seen Snow Dogs, it's cute.
I saw it, but I barely remember it.
I remember watching it because I really liked the dogs. I mean, that's why anybody would watch that movie is just wanting to see the cute doggies.
Right, but I thought I was waiting on what movie they were gonna watch that night, and we didn't hear it.
You were
So
already like, "Alright, Caroline, set your calendar.
they're
Next
like,
week
let's
we're
hear it.
watching this
What
one."
is it? What is it? I was waiting for it
They
for
went from
them.
Speed to Snow Dogs.
Yeah, and then we got a little mini horror moment until we saw Eggman. That was pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah,
Lightning, shadows.
yeah. Oh, I thought it was so funny when Sonic was cleaning up real quick, like the FaceTime, and he's like, "Ugh," and he's like, "Hey."
He cleaned up so well.
Yeah, I wish I had that ability so badly. It takes me like 3 days to clean up my room because I procrastinate.
I think you still have to do all the work though. It just take
But I wanna be that fast, that's what I'm saying, like, I'll do it if it's, like, guaranteed for me to do it that quickly. The
gotcha.
problem is and I've had this issue where it's like, I tell myself, "Alright, I'm gonna clean my room," but then it takes all day, and I'm like and by 2 hours in, I'm like, "Ugh, I'm done." Like, I don't wanna do this anymore.
I'll just throw a ring over a volcano and I'll start throwing all my garbage
No!
through the ring. Yeah.
I would throw a ring into, like, a container. I would want it to be like a storage unit, and just start
What? You're
tossing
gonna pay
stuff.
for a storage unit?
I don't want to throw my stuff away. I just want to organize it.
So you're gonna toss it into a storage unit.
Yeah,
You have enough stuff to warrant a storage unit?
I have enough stuff to warrant me not wanting to put them away into old stuff. Just gonna toss them into a storage unit,
Put them into old stuff? What do you mean?
like drawers. I think what also too is I have to clean out my closet because I have a lot of old clothes, and so
That's your current
the
storage
new
room right now?
clothes don't fit in the closet because it's filled with old clothes.
Gotcha.
So
Time to move on.
that's my
Marie
issue.
Kondo.
This does not spark joy.
Give it a little kiss goodbye.
No.
Give it away.
I also like that in this movie, Sonic calls him Knucklehead. That's a good
Yeah,
that's like not just a Sonic X reference, but I mostly know that from Sonic X. That's the Sonic anime or cartoon that was on 4Kids. He always called him Knucklehead.
that's pretty good. And he did say like, "Hey, you have big knuckles, and your name is Knuckles. I'm gonna call you Knucklehead."
Knuckles. I'm gonna call you Knuckle. You look like Knucklehead to me. He was like, "Come
Yeah,
on, Knucklehead."
I'm gonna call you Knucklehead from now on.
The same thing with Eggman, where he was just like, "Come on, Eggman." It was
Yeah, yeah.
so good, so good.
So I don't want to take too much time on this, but I just want to ask you:
Oh, okay,
do you think that compass led them to Booty Isle?
absolutely. That's where it all meets on the anniversary of Booty Isle.
Because I was thinking about this. It looked very much like Booty Isle,
You know,
and
I was
then,
thinking the same thing.
but I was thinking, is Booty Isle on Shores of Plenty or is it on Ancient Isles? Because when Sonic had to go
Oh,
fast, it was strong waves, and Shores of Plenty has pretty calm waves, unless there's a storm.
oh, a storm.
Yeah,
By the way, for those who don't know what we're talking about Sea of Thieves, a game that we previously talked about how much we love. So just letting y'all know that. But yeah,
yeah.
I definitely think he was on his way to Booty Isle. Definitely,
It
and
looked like it to
it
me. I'm
looked
gonna have to.
so. Even like the grass and the trees, like it looked like Booty Isle. We got to go there like later today. Like we got to sail there.
I'm gonna. Yeah, we gotta take screenshots and then compare them.
Yeah, I have the clip. I have the clip on my
Corporate wants us to
phone.
find the difference between these two islands.
They're the same
Hopefully, we
picture.
have that situation.
They're the
Hopefully,
same picture. Make a footnote of this. I want to edit this.
but anyways, enough of that. Not many people play Sea of Thieves, so yeah. But and then another great scene after that. Gotta go fast and him running on the
Oh, I
waves.
love it. I love
Beautiful.
that it wasn't even said like a wink to the camera. It was like in the moment in the movie. It was like, all right, gotta go fast. And then boom. It was so cool.
I like that he always says it. In the first movie, he just woke up from being knocked out and says, "Gotta go fast." And then here, he says it again. And I know he always says it in the games. That's his catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want, and I told you this before, but I just really want a scene where they're in trouble or, someone's trapped maybe underneath rubble or something. And then maybe Tails or Tom or somebody tells him, "Sonic, you gotta go fast." And then his eyes light up. You see the electricity go. Yeah, I just want that moment for him, just like
You gotta
in
hold that
Hulk
hope. We got one more movie.
Smash. Yeah,
You gotta cross your fingers.
I'm gonna put on my bingo card of what we're gonna see. I just think
Oh,
that'd be so cool.
with Shadow. Man, I'm so excited for Shadow. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be
There's
good, and the more Sonic characters we get, the less human characters we have to
I'm
see.
so excited. There's even like I've seen rumors that Amy might come out, which ooh, I
She
want
would have
Amy.
to if Shadow's there, and I'm pretty sure.
Can I make a prediction for Sonic 3?
Yeah, put them all here.
Okay. So in Sonic Adventure 2, which is Shadow's first appearance, at he so just lore into Shadow a little bit. He's created by Gun in the games, but in the movie, he's kind of doing it the same way. He's founded by Gun, whatever. He's created by Gun as a clone of Sonic, but like imbued with other things. But he has the ability to use the Chaos Emeralds. He has some like powers, but he's really close to the granddaughter of Gun's founder. Which you know what? If I was to show you like a side by side, it's the old man in the movie. Like he even looks just like the Gun leader in the games. So Shadow is really close to the granddaughter of Gun, However, an incident happens in the gun space base where the granddaughter dies. And so Shadow is always haunted by this like granddaughter that he couldn't save her. And when the real big baddie, whose name is like Chaos, which is actually like all of the evil of the Chaos Emeralds, because the Chaos Emeralds are not inherently good or bad. So all of the evil from the Chaos Emeralds creates this like being called Chaos. And Shadow and Sonic, like Sonic can't do it by himself. Shadow has to help him. So Shadow is kind of like staying away, like he doesn't know what to do. He's confused. And Amy is the one that goes to him and tells him, like, you gotta go help him. You gotta go and help Sonic. You have to like fulfill your promise to
You gotta go
Maria. And
fast.
you gotta go you gotta go fast. So if Amy is coming out in Sonic 3, I predict that we're gonna get a scene like that where Amy tells Shadow that he has to go and save Sonic and that Chaos is gonna be the villain. Because even a lot of things in this movie, I think with Robotnik suddenly like disappearing, and then also with the announcement that Jim Carrey is probably gonna retire from acting, I don't think he's gonna be our main villain in Sonic 3. I think we're gonna get something like Gun and something like Chaos in the next movie. So this is just a prediction. Obviously, depending on the material, Sonic 3 hasn't even really been like no trailer or anything like that, so I can change my prediction. But just from this basis right now, I have a feeling that we're gonna get a recreation of the ending of Sonic Adventure 2 in Sonic 3.
I think that's a well enough prediction. And I wanted to talk about the Jim Carrey retirement thing
Yeah,
because I did want to see him one more time.
I know.
One
It's
more time.
He is such a source of joy in this movie. I've said it in Sonic 1 where he was my favorite human, and that continues in this movie. I was even noticing because it happened a little bit in this movie. The girl who plays Maddie, the wife, she does really well with interacting with Sonic and his friends. Like I don't feel like she's reacting to some doll or something on set. James Marsden, a little bit still, just a
I
little.
noticed that after you called it out in our other episode. And I
Yeah,
was now I can see his eyes like not really looking at Sonic.
he's not really making. There's a scene where Sonic is like flying around and they go and it cuts to them and and she's going like, "Come on, Sonic, you got this." And he just goes, "Come on, yeah." Like James, you want to take that back? You want to actually look and act like you're looking
I'm
at
just here for the
something?
paycheck.
Yeah, yeah. Now I was like, James, you want to take that back again? You want to reread that line? Something? But just she's in. Like I was getting it from her, and who brings it 100% is Jim Carrey. I never feel like he is looking at a doll or interact or like just like, oh, here's Knuckles. Like no, I am. He is Eggman, and he is seeing what we are seeing on the screen. I feel it. And it's such a shame that if he announced he's retiring, so we might not see him in Sonic 3. But man, I really want to see him in Sonic 3. I want
I
more of
don't think
him.
anyone else could have been Eggman after
No,
watching
no
these
one
two
else.
movies
Absolutely nobody
because
else.
he's so animated that he can keep up with these cartoon characters come to life. He's
Yeah.
so entertaining, so animated, so he's funny for kids and he's funny for us, because
Yes.
he's an old school actor that we also watched growing up as well.
Mhm.
Or anyone who's seen Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, things like that, The Mask, we know him from those. We know what he's capable of, and I'm trying to think who else could have done this role. I don't think anyone else would have brought this energy and this much fun.
On the top of my head, I cannot think of anybody. Jim Carrey is so iconic and also so perfect for this role.
So that's why I'm a little sad. I mean, I know the third movie is still going to be excellent, and you don't necessarily need him. And he was defeated in this movie, but no one's ever really gone. He could have come back. But yeah, I did want to see him one more time because I feel like Sega and everyone who was working on this movie, they're doing really good. They're doing really good, and I know that they have something special. And I think it's gonna go past a third movie. It's gonna keep going.
They already announced a Knuckles spinoff.
There you go.
Yeah,
So I just wanted one more, like a trilogy with Jim Carrey. Just one more.
I completely agree. I want one more. I hope that he makes a little bit of an exception for this movie. I didn't read the article. I read the headline where he just said Jim Carrey is considering retirement. I don't know what the official news on it is. Maybe I should look it up real quick.
You didn't see the video?
No, I
There's,
didn't. Can
there's
you?
a interview.
Oh,
I saw it as a YouTube short, so I'm sure you'll find it too. But it's very interesting because you know how Jim Carrey, he's been going through like his own, I don't know, he's kind of like self-reflective now. You know, he's been going through like kind of like taking a step back from Hollywood and reassessing his values and things like that. And it's interesting what he said in this interview because I forgot what the interview asks, but he brings it up. He says, "Yeah, I think I'm done after this film." And then they say, "Oh, what? Really?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm retiring." And then they ask
oh,
why, and then he said it, I actually respect him for this, but I just wish he did it after a third movie. But he says, "You know what? I'm gonna say what hundreds of other actors will never tell you. Um, I've had enough." But he says this in a good way. He's like, I've gotten enough. I've done enough. That's what he says. He says, "I've done enough, and I'm content." Yeah,
wow.
he says, "I'm done."
Big respect. Big respect. It takes a lot to, I guess, like it's almost like the same effect as Daft Punk when Daft Punk announced they were retiring. Not a lot of actors or musicians get to say when they're done, and it's a privilege to say, you know, I'm done. I'm gonna step back. I'm retiring. So good on him. Good on him for doing that. I'm seeing it right here that the creators, the producers of Sonic, confirmed that they will not recast Robotnik if Jim.
Oh no, I was not
Yeah,
assuming
yeah.
they would do that.
Well,
That
I'm
would be
just.
stupid.
This is just like another tag on to that. Is like, hey, now that Jim Carrey has retired, they said in detail. They said Jim Carrey is a member of the Sonic family, and he will always have a place in these movies, and he will always have a place in these movies as long as he'll. I cannot talk. He'll always have a place in these movies and TV shows as long as he's around, as long as he wants to be around. We love Jim and he's so special, and what he does with Robotnik is incredible. We wish him well in this retirement, and we hope he wishes us well as we move forward.
And now we're officially announcing that we're casting Jamie Kennedy in the role of Dr. Robotnik.
I almost threw up in my mouth. I don't want this. No.
He was able to hold up the mask. So I did want to tell you too, since we're on this subject,
Uh-huh.
I saw another headline that I
Oh,
actually clicked on and read. I don't know if you
okay.
saw it. And it said Jim Carrey is willing to come back to acting if to reprising his most famous role if it was under this director.
Oh, Ace Ventura?
You saw this article?
Yes.
You know the director?
Like, no, no. I
Oh,
I
okay.
saw this article, but I didn't see all of it when I was looking this up right now.
Oh, okay. No, don't spoil it. I want you to
Ah.
guess the director.
Oh, okay. I don't know who
Yeah.
directed Ace Ventura. I never saw Ace Ventura.
It's not the director for Ace Ventura. He said for this specific director, if he came up with a certain idea, a good enough idea, he'll come back and reprise Ace Ventura.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw out a random director then. Jon Favreau,
Uh
J.J. Abrams,
uh
Zack Snyder.
No, that would hurt you.
That hurt me to say it right now.
It's a director.
Matt Reeves.
We've seen his movies on this
Okay.
podcast.
Okay. Wow, that narrows it
Yeah,
down.
does it?
No.
High profile director, and we've seen him.
High profile director, and we've seen him.
Think very basic. You don't have to dig deep.
Nolan?
Yeah, Christopher
No
Nolan.
way.
Yeah, yep. You can't doubt Nolan. In Nolan, we trust.
Nolan with Ventura? I don't know about that.
I don't know why they're pairing Ace Ventura, but I basically took it as Jim Carrey respects Nolan enough. So if Nolan ever came to him and said, "Hey, I have a part that I want you to play in my movie," he
He would do
wouldn't
it.
he
Yeah.
wouldn't deny that. Yeah,
He would go along with Nolan.
absolutely.
I don't blame him. I'd go along with Nolan. I'd be like, yeah, whatever you want to do, Mr.
Yeah,
Nolan.
I'll be an extra in the background in a Nolan movie that
I
doesn't
can
get any
play
screen
the
time.
background. I can
That
play the
if it's
background.
Nolan, any part, any part.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So anyway, yeah. Jim Carrey, I loved him,
He
and he's the only
truly
guy that could have done this, I
the
think.
best Eggman, truly
Yeah.
amazing. He brought him to life, like, literally, he brought him to life.
And so many scenes is him by himself. You know,
Yeah!
him
It
just
starts off with him by himself on the mushroom planet.
oh, and the
He's
mushroom planet was funny
he's
too.
he's making coffee out of mushroom. That's exactly what I would be doing if I were on a mushroom planet.
Yeah, that would be you. Your hair would look like his mustache
I
and
would
like
have a
fall over.
rock of you and just being like, "Stop judging me, Tony. I'm gonna make this coffee."
Just give me furrowed eyebrows. That's how I'll be looking.
I would give you a straight face like Garfield, but with furrowed eyebrows, all angry at me.
And put me with the side eyes too. Like my eyes are just like judging you, but from the side.
I'm carving it right now. Just
Like when I saw your Central Perk mug, and I was like, "Oh, that's
oh,
how much he drinks."
I have that face ingrained in my mind every time I take a
You
sip.
didn't see me. I was sly with it.
No, I definitely saw you.
No, no, I did a quick look. I was like, "Dirt."
No, you were not sly with it. You
Yeah,
were
I
so
was.
overt.
No,
Yeah.
no, because I brought it up later.
I still saw you, just didn't acknowledge
That
you.
was a humongous cup of
Yeah,
coffee.
and I love it. It's sitting right in front of me right now. You got a problem with that?
It's late. We're filming. We're not filming. We're recording this late.
Why do you think I have so much energy then?
I don't. Why are you drinking coffee so late? How long are you planning to stay up?
Just for this podcast.
We're not here very long.
I still want to be full of energy.
All right. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening
Oh
to.
my god.
No, no, we're not done. Just kidding. We're not done yet.
You just faked them out. They're about to turn off this podcast.
I like how when he got back to the mean bean,
I
he
like
gives
the
him the cup.
text. I like the text. Prepare my latte now in all caps. He's
No, I like
back.
that he tastes a cup of coffee. He's like, needs more mushroom.
And Stone's face. Stone's face was like, it's so.
No, but I did like his mushroom planet.
His look.
Not only the look, but I just like that we really get to see how smart he is. He really is excellent at planning, strategizing, and just
He's a
building.
genius. Yeah.
Yeah, and he built all those traps when everyone came through.
He built that cross-dimensional
Yeah, he built
signal.
a interdimensional portal.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was like a signal because he was reaching out to Knuckles'
Right,
people.
and they picked it up. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so wow. It showed him off. This is like a little niche satisfying thing for me when a movie does it. When they do those, I don't know what it's called. You know, when they what the opening of the movie, how it starts off with a rock rolling down and then it you know
Oh
how
yeah, Back to the Future does it.
yeah, I don't know what it's called. Is it like an invention line?
Rube Goldberg's machine?
Something like that. I don't know what it's called, but I anytime a movie
I
does
think it
that,
is. If you Google it, it is.
it, okay, I'm gonna Google it. But
It's always contraptions that like knock one thing over, pull strings, do this, spill something, roll a ball, and then it and
yes,
then it feeds the dog.
yes,
Yeah.
uh, like Wallace and Gromit has that, and I'm trying to
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids have
Honey, I
that, I
Shrunk the
think.
Kids. I think there's even a Home Alone. Is it Home Alone 3? Like one of them does it. But yeah, like I find it so that's my little thing. When a movie has that, I find it so satisfying. I love watching that. Just like, oh, where's it gonna go? What's it gonna do? So I love that it showed Eggman did that just in his spare time. Like that's just something he would do to pass the time on this mushroom planet.
Yeah, there you go. I just sent it to you. It's Rube Goldberg.
Yes!
Yeah.
Look at that. I love that.
Just a elaborate contraption made to do a simple task.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I would do what he did. I wanted something to just automatically brew my coffee if I put a ball on the top of the shelf.
And you know what? Now that you bring it up, is always a sign of intelligence. Because now I'm thinking about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Back to the Future. It was Dr. Emmett Brown. Here, it was Dr. Robotnik. It always shows that someone smart created this.
Yeah. I'm looking at like other places it's used in. The It's in Beauty and the Beast. It's like the wood chopper.
Really?
That's what it says on IMDb.
I
Oh,
don't remember the scene.
the Great Mouse Detective. It is in the Great Mouse Detective. The Goonies. Wow. Yeah, Wallace and Gromit.
There you go.
I love scenes like that. That's like a little. It's not. It's what's the opposite of a pet peeve? It's just. It's really
I don't
satisfying.
know.
It's real. Anytime I see it, I'm
You're
like,
asking
ah.
my kind of questions.
Now it's time for you to Google. What's the opposite of a pet peeve?
Nah, nah. We got to use our minds.
I don't want big brain time. So we said it before. My favorite scene in the movie is the baseball scene, but in particular, it's them teaching Knuckles how to play baseball, and he's holding the bat upside down. It's so cute, and whenever he whenever he wins because he hits the ball out of the park, and then Tom goes, "I think we only had one ball,"
Yeah.
and the Maddie's like, "Woo! All right, who wants ice cream?" And then what was it? Knuckles goes like, "What is this ice cream? It's like a dessert." And is it like grapes? Nah, you'll find out, big guy. And then when he goes to the truck, he's like, "My chariot of victory awaits." And then Tails is going, "What?"
Yeah.
But my favorite, the one I was quoting, I think it's just so cute the way he hits the car, and he's like, "Sonic, Tails has informed me they have sprinkles."
His big old
His
boxing
big
mitt.
old paw,
Yeah.
it's so cute. I want plushes of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles so bad. They are so adorable in this movie.
So they're all the same age.
Yes, I
They're
think.
all
Yeah, no, Tails is supposed to be.
younger.
Yes, if I remember correctly, in like Sonic X. Sonic X gave the definitive ages for the characters. Tails is supposed to be 3 years younger than Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic and Knuckles are the same age.
So are they Zoomers?
I think so.
They floss.
They're definitely Zoomers.
Oh, and we got another flossing moment.
We
I don't know if
did.
David looked away or not.
I mean, when that happened, Josh and I leaned over and looked at Davey, and he was neutral faced.
I'll allow it.
He had the neutral face of disapproval, but
Yeah.
since it was Eggman, he was like, "All right,
It's okay for now.
it's okay if it's Jim Carrey as Eggman."
There's a lot of it's okays now. I think he's warming up to it.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's not as negative towards the floss.
It's almost time to watch Shazam. We'll see. Let's
Um,
wait for Sonic 3 to come out, show the floss again, and then I think he'll be completely sold on the dance.
Yeah, I think we need one more movie just to get him.
Can we predict that the floss will return?
I think that's an okay prediction.
End credit scenes, the
I
floss
I
will
pre
return.
I predict they're gonna try to teach Knuckles how to be a kid, and so he tries to do the floss and fails.
That's a good idea. Oh yeah, so I forgot. And then the second part of that. So Shadow, this is a question I was also bringing up with my friends. Shadow's gonna be 50 years old.
Bodily, but like in the mind, he's
Mentally,
not.
he's gonna be
Yeah,
12.
and I don't know about that. It's hard to picture Shadow as a kid because Shadow has always been the
I just want to know if he's a
edgy.
Zoomer or a millennial.
He's. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's always been his thing in the games that he's 50 years old biologically, but has the same mental age as Sonic and his friends.
Well, technically, he's 50 years old. He is.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we got to go from there. He's like Captain America, he's just out of time. He's a
Yeah.
hedgehog out of time.
Yeah.
So where does that put him? Is he Gen X?
He's a Gen Xer.
Yeah, is he Gen X?
Yeah, I think so.
Look at that. So he's gonna go, "How do you do, fellow kids?" when he joins the Sonic team.
Yes. He's not gonna go, "How do you do, fellow kid?" It's gonna be all chaos control and angy and edgy and
He's the emo one.
he
He's
is.
going through his emo phase.
Oh yeah, he does. It's not a phase for him, Tone. He
It's
is
a
emo.
lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. He is emo. Have you ever played Shadow the Hedgehog the game? It's
No.
just, Oh, after this pod, I gotta show you just the intro, the opening credit, like the opening cutscene of Shadow the Hedgehog. Immediately, you'll get a glimpse of to what kind of character he is and how different he is from
What
Sonic.
actor could capture an
We
emo
we were
voice?
talking about this on the way out of the theater, and I think we're gonna hedge our bets on Keanu Reeves.
Okay, that's a good guess. I like that.
Yeah,
I wish
yeah.
this movie was coming out sooner
I
because we're making good predictions.
know. As we get closer, we're gonna have to keep a little post-it on this and make a short form video, maybe like the week before Sonic 3 comes out on our
Yeah,
predictions
we'll do
and
a predictions video.
make like a bingo card out of it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But I wish this movie was coming out sooner. We don't even have a definitive date for like the time frame for this.
No, let's
Just
just
as
go off of when the first one came out and then when this one came out.
2020 to 2022,
2
2 years.
years. And then it was ready in 2019. No, yeah, it was ready to go in 2019, but then they had to make Sonic look cute
Yeah.
instead of like a rat.
I'm so glad. Like, just think about it. If they didn't do
I
that,
was
and
bringing that up. Imagine how Tails and Knuckles would have looked in the
exactly,
Sonic,
exactly.
in the pre-patch,
I
in
keep
the
go-
Cyberpunk pre-patch.
I keep going on and on about how cute Tails and Knuckles are. I just imagine the monstrosities that could have been birthed.
Knuckle. I hope somebody's out there working on that, but I think Knuckles would have been the most horrifying to look
Absolutely.
at.
You ever seen an echidna? They're terrible.
I mean, they all look fine in the movie. I don't know how they. I don't know what you're referencing right
I'm
now.
talking about like an actual echidna. You ever see an echidna? Like
Oh no, no, I didn't know that was a thing.
an echidna is a real animal.
I've never seen it.
You never seen an echidna?
That doesn't look anything close to a real animal.
I mean, to be fair, Sonic doesn't look anything like a hedgehog, but
His spiky hair,
I mean, here, hang on. Here's an echidna.
his spiky hair is close. Aww, that's Knuckles. Aww, I'll take a plushie of that. Are you kidding me? Look at his little nose.
That's not a little
Look at
nose. He's
his
got
eye.
a big old honker.
No, he got big old hands, just like Knuckles does. No, but that's a cute little face.
He's got a little big, meaty claws. That's what he's
Yeah,
got.
wow. Look at that. Nah, that's a cute animal, Caroline.
I don't know, with all them spikes.
It's just like Sonic.
I don't know about that. I'm
He has
glad.
quills.
I'm glad for what we got in the movie. Look at that.
They
That's
they
my
wouldn't
boy.
try to make him look just like this if they went for the realism.
Think about it with the prototype Sonic. That's kind of what they were going for. They're making him
No,
look
like
more
take
hedgehog.
this image, just make him red. Put a red filter over this. Put some Windows Microsoft Paint and make his paws white, and bam, you got Knuckles. And give him some knuckle eyes too, and I think that's it.
some knuckle eyes.
Knuckle eyes.
For a second, I thought you said like put knuckles on the eyes, but no.
Extra damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a cute little animal. I got to see how they look now.
I mean,
Somebody's working on this. I know somebody's on
somebody
this.
is gonna make.
I don't know if I could take Tails looking not cute though.
Tails is naturally cute. Just he's adorable. How could anybody make Tails hideous? It would take a special kind of.
It'll just be a real fox.
No, but like look what they did to Sonic and just trying to make him more like a hedgehog. Look at how hideous he looks.
Right.
So combine all of that with them what they would try to do with Tails. It's just
I know people have already mentioned this, but yeah, he really does look like
that.
He looks like the Jumanji kid when he cheats and becomes a monkey. Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
He looks like Roadkill. Tails.
Don't show
this. Don't show this. How do you delete? Oh, thank God. Don't show that again. Don't show that again.
Deleted it?
Yeah. You can't show Tails like that.
Cursed Tails.
He looks like a beat up sock puppet.
That's what he would look like if he was to look like an actual fox.
All right, let's address a couple more things in the movie. So Sonic lost all his rings.
Oh yeah, and it even made the sound when he loses all his
Yeah,
rings. That was really cute.
but isn't that very important? He can
Yeah,
never
that's
leave.
he can't travel anymore.
Yeah, he can travel everywhere on Earth.
I guess that plot is done though, since he has the Master Emerald and he has friends. Now it would
Can he
just be
just
kind of
create
like,
rings with the Master Emerald, just like he did a chili dog?
maybe if he goes supersonic, makes a couple of rings,
Yeah,
leaves supersonic.
make a satchel full of rings.
Mm-hmm. It's possible. I'm technically, because she gave him those rings so he could find a suitable planet to live, and now that
And
he
to keep
has,
on escaping.
yeah, but it was to like escape from the echidnas. And on the map that she gave him, it was to find the Master Emerald. And now he doesn't have to run away from the echidnas, and he has the Master Emerald. So the purpose of those rings is done. But for the future, like for the next movie, he might need some rings.
Yeah, they were very useful, and he was just using it for Hawaii, you know?
Serbia,
Well, that was when they were on the important quest, but
yeah.
I
After
just
that,
saw
he
those are precious.
after that he doesn't need those rings anymore because when he got to the island, he was like, "Gotta go fast." He's using his super speed now.
Yeah, but you see how I saved them from the avalanche too.
So true. I'm hoping that the Sonic 3 comes up with a way to give him more rings, as do all of the video games at some point, and as do they in this film. I thought for sure in the first movie he was going to run out of rings, but then we get to the second movie. So I'm pretty sure they'll make a way for him to make more rings.
Yeah, let's see. Because it's like you said, I don't know if he's gonna need it anymore. But I just figured this is how you bring in the other characters. Well, Shadow's already there, but this is like Doctor Strange, pretty much. You can just bring in whatever you want with these things.
Yeah.
So we'll see. He can always just find it again, I guess.
What we also got in this movie that I feel like we haven't talked enough about was Supersonic.
Right.
I That was the biggest surprise for me in this
Really?
movie. Yeah, I honestly, I didn't even think Supersonic was on the radar. I did not.
Really?
I I thought we were just gonna get Tails and Knuckles, and it was gonna be a little bit like the plot from the game Sonic 2 or Sonic and Knuckles the game. And it was just gonna be about him making friends. And now that he's got Tails and Knuckles, we've got Team Sonic together and things like that. I never thought we were gonna see Supersonic. So when that scene happened and him and Tom and Maddie were about to get squished by the egg robot, by the death bot, and then I saw the golden glow, I remember looking at Josh next to me and going, "No way. No way. They're not doing it. No way." And then boom, Supersonic.
Yeah,
I
I thought they were telegraphing it pretty well.
Really?
Yeah, like even my friend, he looked over. He's like, "We're gonna see something special." I'm like, "I know." I'm like,
he,
"I know."
he called it. He called it so well. Yep.
And I'm like, "I know we are," because yeah, they were setting up their Toy Story 3 moment, Incinerator moment, and
Uh-huh.
it's like we're family till the end of the line. All right, and then they're not gonna die.
I
They're not
didn't
gonna
think
die.
that. I thought we were gonna see Knuckles or Tails come in and help. Like now they've got more. It's not just them. They've got more friends now to help them.
But when it broke into Chaos Emeralds, that's when I thought it was a giveaway. Like, oh yeah, something special is gonna happen. Here it is. And then right before the stomp, you see it spinning, is like making a circle
Yeah.
formation.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
But regardless, it
We
was
got Supersonic.
it was great.
It was amazing. Even the the look and he stops the punch. Oh, so cool. So cool.
Effortlessly, not impressed.
Not impressed. The look the whole time. I really feel like I was watching something straight out of a video game. Even the expression, the music, Jim like Eggman being like, "Come on, like we're friends, right? We're here." And then like so perfect. So perfect.
Yeah, and I really liked his lines. I don't remember them. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, like that?" Like, he's just gonna tip him with just, like, one little
I guess
bump.
we're not really friends.
Yeah. "Later, hater." That's what he does. Uh, I'm gonna tweet at Jim Carrey.
I'm gonna
Maybe
miss
he'll come
him.
back. Maybe he'll come back for one more movie.
Jim Carrey, please, one more movie,
Gotta go
please.
back for
Gotta
one
go
more.
back. Oh,
Just one more.
I'm gonna renew my complaint for this movie just a little bit. I wish the music was better. We didn't even get a dun 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 dun
You
dun.
wish the music was better? Weren't you saying, like, you're listening to the playlist, nonstop?
Uh, yes, but I said I was listening to the Sonic playlist, which is all of the songs from the games.
Oh.
I was not listening to the OST or soundtrack of
I
Sonic
thought the
the
songs
Hedgehog
were
2.
really good.
No.
They always had I was surprised by how much music they put in this movie.
The only one I kinda liked was the end credits song. I think it's Kid Cudi, "Stars in the Sky." I was hearing that one. That was included in the playlist of my Sonic songs. That one was pretty
Bruno
good.
Mars?
Bruno Mars is okay, but I feel like that's a token kid song, Uptown Funk. That's also
Token
pretty
Kid song?
like, that's a song that kids like, and it was pretty popular, like, 5 years ago and things like that, but
I did not know kids liked this song.
oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah, they use a lot of music, a lot more than the first one.
They did. I just wish that the songs in this movie just felt a little bit more instead of, like, insert hip hop or things like that, that they just felt more Sonic. Sonic songs, like I said, have a distinct sound, and they're always fun to sing, and they're always super catchy, and I feel like we haven't gotten that in these movies. But it's still like that's just the smallest complaint I have, and it really is a nitpick because it's not something I think anybody else would go in there and see and say like, "Oh, I wish they had Crush 40 or whatever." Because I think like the first one, even if it was a little bit, we still had that Sonic theme song. And this one we had like the ringtone, but that was pretty much it. The score didn't make any nods to the Sonic songs.
Sonic, what? Emergency!
Emergency. He's like,
That was a
ah,
really cool looking scene too when
yeah.
well, we all saw that we knew this was coming too, that he put the wrong ring back, right?
Yep.
We all
Yeah.
knew that was
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was cool how it was a setup, like, slow motion, throwing the ring, and then it looked very like something special was gonna happen. It was gonna open up, and it's like, nope, it's a real ring. It's a dud.
Yep. He's like, "Oh no," and he's looking at it, it says Rachel on the inside.
I wonder if he could have gotten it back an easier way. I was trying to think about that when I was watching. Like instead of saying like, please just give me the ring real quick.
I wouldn't even have asked. I would have gone up, snatched it, and ran back.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have said please and thank you?
I would have gone up with the real ring, put it on the pillow, snatched
Yeah, there you go.
that ring, and then ran back.
I was thinking that. I'm like, oh, hold on. This is your ring. Sorry. This is your
Yeah.
ring. Here, give me the other one. Here, come
Yeah.
on. Come
Like,
on.
"Hey, my
I'll get
bad.
out of your hair.
Here you go. Bye."
But it doesn't make a movie.
It didn't make for the comedic relief.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha
Here's
ha
a
ha.
strange thing that I have to mention about this movie.
Uh-huh.
So paired up with showing too much human storyline,
Yeah.
paired up with that, this movie had a different kind of pacing than I'm used to, because when you're following the characters, you're always on that character, pretty much. So what I mean is when we were watching Sonic and Knuckles have their battle and then end up back on the island and talking it out, I was thinking, because I guess I'm just used to other movies, I was thinking like, when are they gonna cut to Tails, showing that Tails is on the way or something, or showing that Tails is getting the plane ready. Like that's the scenes I thought I was gonna see,
Mhm.
and then they never show it, and they don't have to. It's done well, but I'm just bringing it up. It's weird because that's how my brain was thinking about how the movie was gonna go, and yeah, pretty much is always if you're following when you're following Sonic and Tails when they go to the bar and then when they're solving the riddles for the owl cave, it never like I was thinking, when is it going to cut to Eggman to show that he's on their tail and yeah, he's close by, and it never shows that until like he just meets up with them. So I don't know. It's just something that stood out to me, and I just wanted to bring up. Like, it doesn't cut back and forth a lot. It's just always following who you're following. And the only time it cuts back and forth is when it's like the wedding plot or whatever, which is weird. Like when Sonic and Knuckles were fighting, I'm pretty sure, or one of those scenes, I forgot. But yeah, it cuts back to the humans. I'm like, oh,
Oh
I forgot they
yeah,
existed.
it shows the wedding like happening,
Yeah,
and I'm like, "What? No, go back."
yeah, and that's the only time they do that. But they never do it for Robotnik. They never do it for Tails or Knuckles. Like when it's with them, I was thinking, all right, so they should be, scheming. They, they should be on the way. We'll probably see them flying or tracking them, and no, not really. It's just always on them.
I think they just had to remind us that the humans existed in this movie. They're just like, "Hey,
Yeah, I definitely was forgetting.
just reminding you, Tom's at a wedding. Remember that? Get
I
ready.
was definitely forgetting
He's
that.
coming back." And I'm over here like, go back to Sonic."
Even the end, although I'm completely fine with the end, but yeah, when they get in the truck and they drive up to Sonic, like in
Oh
the final battle,
yeah,
it felt very like, hey, we got to get them in here somehow.
yeah.
We got to find a way to include them.
It was sweet too because Maddie was like, "Let's go get our kid." Like she's already adopted him in her mind.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, when they drove up and grabbed him, they were trying to. They're like, we gotta. We paid for these guys. We gotta earn our nickel.
Oh, and you know what I thought was gonna happen too?
Hmm.
I thought he was gonna go supersonic to save them. I thought they were gonna get stomped on.
Oh.
And when that didn't happen, when they all crashed, I thought Tom and Maddie would have been knocked out and Sonic would have been up, and that would have given him enough reason to go supersonic to protect them.
That's pretty good. I mean, I think that that's still like I said, I wasn't even thinking that supersonic was a factor, but yeah, that's another possibility that could have happened.
Anything is possible with Sega.
Man, we got supersonic in this movie. I'm so happy. Ah, this movie is so good. I
This
love
movie
it.
delivered.
I love it so much, Tone. You have no idea. This is going up.
I have an idea.
This is pretty good.
You took a half-gallon cup of coffee just for this
It's
conversation.
so
I have an
good.
idea.
The even Knuckles is it going dot 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 dot
Yeah, that
dot
was
dot
so funny. That was funny.
dot 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 on my he's like I'm at home watching TV dot 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 dot. Knuckles is so sweet. I love
Very
him.
simple-minded guy.
I
Very
love
straightforward.
him. Yeah, Knuckles was my favorite character before I saw Shadow, before I entered my emo phase. And this is just reminding me of that era where Knuckles was my favorite.
So is he like that in the games?
It's pretty close. He's pretty close. Sonic X. I wonder if Sonic X is on Netflix. I feel like watching it. His character is pretty close to Sonic X.
He's very
It's
Drax-like.
on Netflix. Yeah, I was thinking that. Like it's very Drax, but Knuckles came first. So Drax is very Knuckles.
But is he really that simple-minded in the games?
He is that in some of them, yeah. In
So
like
so he makes those kind of references?
yeah, in like
Yeah?
Sonic and Knuckles, in Sonic Boom, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
in Sonic X, he's definitely like that fish out of water story where he doesn't get a lot of humanness and things like that, a lot of earth things. So it's very much a real they weren't pulling that out of thin air. They were very true to his character. I think Davey was telling me that Idris Elba sat down and like he didn't have to do this. He like read Knuckles comics. He saw scenes like from Knuckles and Sonic X. Like he really wanted to know his character, which is so
I
sweet.
I I never doubted Idris. Never
You
doubted
know,
him.
I'm gonna be honest, Tony. I did a little bit,
I know you
a
did.
tiny bit. Yeah.
I'm glad you were won over by these
It's just it
great
was
actors.
I'm so glad that they didn't get somebody else to play Tails though. Colleen O'Shaughnessy, that is Tails. She is Tails. And she is Tails like in the games. It's Tails used to be played by, was it Kate Higgins or something? And yeah, Kate Higgins. And it's a cute Tails, but when Colleen took over in 2014 and has been Tails since then, I'm so glad they didn't get anybody else to play Tails because she is. I couldn't picture anybody else playing
So the
Tails.
voice actor for Knuckles and Sonic has changed a lot over the years.
No, not a lot, but it was what Jason Griffith, and then it was Roger Craig Smith. So I think because it used to be the guy who plays. Oh, it used to be Jaleel White. That's who it was. That was like the first one.
Are
It
you
was
serious?
yeah, that was the
Play
first
who?
Sonic.
What?
Yeah, he did not sound like Urkel, but yeah, it was Jaleel White.
Can I do that?
Can I do that?
Gotta go fast.
It was Jaleel White, and then it was this guy named Ryan Drummond who played uh Sonic probably in like Sonic Adventure 2, and then it was Jason Griffith, and then it was Roger Craig Smith, and now we have Ben Schwartz. But Roger Craig Smith plays Sonic currently in the video games. Any of the new video games that come out, it's Roger Craig Smith.
I gotcha. Okay.
For Knuckles, the thing is like right now there hasn't been a new video game that featured Knuckles, but it was always this guy named Travis Willingham. And Travis Willingham was always like that was Knuckles. But they recasted a lot of the characters recently. Even like Shadow got a recast. He used to Sonic and Shadow always shared a voice actor until they changed them out recently. Like in 2019, they changed all the
Ben
voice
Schwartz should
actors.
be Shadow.
No, no, no.
He can do it.
We'll keep Ben Schwartz as Sonic. He's doing a good job.
Yeah.
But I was on the fence for Idris Elba. I thought he was gonna make Knuckles sound a little too old, but he sounded really good. I liked him. He was cute.
This is talent, Caroline. You can't doubt talent.
I don't doubt talent. I'm just skeptical.
All right. Well, last thing I wanted to say is that all these characters are great. I want to see them again because their dynamics are is gonna lead to more entertaining and fun stories with them because they're all so different from each other. So I love that. And I just want to say that Sonic, he didn't get, he didn't get overshadowed by the other characters. I think he's still very lovable and funny, and you're rooting for him. And I think he's right alongside everyone else. Like there could still be, because usually the main characters are like, the main characters. We like the side characters better, but nah, they're all three of them are fantastic, and I still want to give a shout out to Sonic for being the guy.
Absolutely. I think Tails and Knuckles highlight him better too. Like he wasn't overshadowed. If anything, he shined brighter because he had his classic best friends alongside him. And they enhanced him and highlighted him even more. Sonic Heroes is my favorite Sonic video game. When I was younger playing on the original Xbox, that's what got me into Sonic. Was first playing Sonic Heroes. It's my first Sonic game, my favorite Sonic game. And this movie felt like playing that game again. It brought back all of the wonderful memories from playing Sonic Heroes and seeing Team Sonic interact. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought I would have seen a movie that did it well. That did it in the first place and then did it well, especially with the way movies based on video games have for their
Oh yeah,
reputation.
absolutely.
I never would have thought that I would have seen this pulled off and then pulled off in a way that I recognized it and loved it so much. So yeah, I'm so glad that this movie was made to begin with and that it was made by people who love Sonic too and everything. I'm so excited for what's to come with Sonic
For the
3.
first time ever with Sonic, I don't have to say I hope is good for a
Yeah,
video game movie.
yeah.
For the first time ever, and that's so exciting. I can actually look forward to 3 and not think, "Oh man, I hope they don't ruin it." I hope they
Yeah,
do like they've earned my trust. It's
100%.
really good. Sega's doing such a good job of just treating these movies right, treating their characters right. It's so special what they're doing. They really have their own universe going on here.
I'm so excited that it's going to continue to grow. And I was looking up for the Knuckles. It's going to be a show on Paramount Plus. They're already Sonic 3 is already in development. It's just there's so much. I'm looking forward to all of the ways that the Sonic world can expand in future films. And I have hope that with this newfound popularity, we'll get some more support with cuz this December, I believe, a new Sonic game is coming out. And so I'm hoping that with all of this love for
Not
the
Frontiers.
Sonic Frontiers, yeah.
Oh, it is Frontiers.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Frontiers. So I'm hoping that with all of this love for the blue blur, that will also translate to a good sale for Sonic Frontiers. That way, Sonic Team can keep on producing more games.
I've been thinking about that lately. About what's really the point of adapting video games to a show or a movie? And my first thought is, and the obvious thought is, they want more players, more people to buy the games. But then I was thinking, that's not always the case. That's not always how it works because games, there's kind of a barrier to entry. You have to buy the right console, and depending on what it is, it could be really expensive. And that's usually a medium that moviegoers or TV viewers don't engage with.
There's
Well,
also a
except for the overlap of people who do play games and watch
yeah.
movies.
There's also a difficulty thing to
I was gonna say that, yeah, and it's also difficult to play games. You can put it on easy, but for people who've never played, because that's kind of the idea, right? To get new game fans to try these games who haven't played games.
yeah.
It's hard for them to get over that, and you have to get better at these games. So I was thinking, I don't think that's always a goal or the only goal. I think the goal is just to expand the fan base in whatever medium they want to enjoy it in. So yeah, like there's comics for Sonic, there's games for Sonic, there's shows for Sonic. And I don't know if all those people necessarily play the games. I'm actually one of the people who don't play the games, but I love these movies. And I think that's all you really need. If you're getting new generations of kids and just adults who are liking Sonic, they're gonna support Sonic by like probably buying merch, buying gifts for their kids or families, for themselves, and I think that's a goal right there.
I think so. And also like with this new era of kids now, they I think a lot of kids have Switches. There's no Sonic game on the Switch.
What the heck?
And
Sonic Colors is not on there?
oh,
Or what's the latest one?
Sonic Colors Remastered. Is it on
I thought it was on Switch.
this one? Okay.
That's a Switch game if I've ever seen one.
Sonic Colors Ultimate. Yeah, you're right. Nintendo Switch. It's on Xbox and PlayStation.
Right.
But hopefully with this, after seeing the movies and Sonic Frontiers coming out, and kids are like, oh, "It's Sonic! I gotta get the game."
Yeah, yeah.
Ah! You gotta play at least one Sonic game. There's
I did. You know what? I was thinking I over exaggerated. I probably beat that GBA Sonic game because I got really far in it.
there's like a couple of Sonic games that are on the Microsoft Store that you could pick up for like $2. You gotta at least pick up one.
2 is very reasonable.
Sonic Adventure.
That's within my price range.
I bought Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2 on the Microsoft Store for $2 each. So
That's pretty good.
you should
That's an instant buy.
at least get Sonic Adventure 2. Any veteran Sonic fan, and I am one of them, Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the best games.
So start off with the best and then play all the bad ones after?
They're not, I mean, Sonic Adventure 1 is good. Sonic Heroes is don't play there's a reason Sonic
It's the
2000
worst.
Sonic in terms of gameplay, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 is the worst. It's like it's a broken game.
I heard Unleashed also wasn't all that, right?
I don't know who said that, but whoever it is, they're lying. Sonic Unleashed is great. Just
Metacritic?
don't play it on the Wii. That is where it's the
Metacritic?
worst.
Hundreds of disappointed fans?
Motion controls and Sonic do not go together. There's a reason.
Motion controls and anything besides
I think
dancing games.
I think that's one of the reasons why Sonic and the Black Knight is one of the worst, because it's only on Wii and you gotta play motion controls and it's hard. It's so hard. I couldn't, like, I had to re-rent it because I had Hollywood Video. I didn't buy the game. I had it on Hollywood Video, and I think I had 21 days to play it, and it was so hard, I didn't beat it. I had to re-rent it.
Re-up.
Yeah, because, oh, that one was difficult.
I didn't even own a Wii, so
What?
yeah.
Wow. I had a Wii.
I was already on 360 by then, so.
I had a Wii when it first came out.
Really?
Yeah, I got it for Christmas.
That was such a it, I mean, that console was the best-selling one, but actually with most Nintendo consoles, it's like that's only to play Nintendo games. Only Nintendo games play best on their consoles.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyways, that's
Well,
a different
I was like, this is
different
not a
topic.
video game podcast, but it's
Yeah.
nice to reminisce.
It's a video game movie.
Yeah, it's bound to
Yeah.
happen. But you gotta play
Yeah.
one. You gotta play one Sonic game.
For
Other
$2,
than,
yeah. I will.
hopefully by the time Sonic 3 comes out, you could be talking as a fellow Sonic fan along with me and not as a Sonic normie.
I'm already a fan.
You're gonna get all the references now, though.
I got a lot of them.
Yeah, you did. You did. I'll give you that.
Yeah, you gave me a B+ or whatever.
I did.
But yeah, so last thing I want to say, I don't know if you have anything else to say, but I just feel really proud of Sega, honestly. I think they're really treating Sonic right, and I hope the spin-offs do great, and I hope this leads the charge for better video game movies to come, because
Yeah,
this is awesome.
we'll see how Mario comes out.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, let's see.
We'll
That's gonna
see.
be interesting.
What's so interesting about Mario comes out this year, and what's so interesting is that Sonic and Mario used to have such a huge rivalry back
A
in the
rivalry.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with a Sonic and a Mario movie coming out the same year, it'll be interesting to see how those two perform.
We got to follow this movie to see how it's performing too.
The Mario
I
movie?
haven't seen Sonic 2.
Oh yeah, it's doing pretty well at the box office. I think it's number 1 right now.
I would hope so, because it's its opening weekend. So yeah, just hopefully it has legs, and hopefully people are
I'm seeing
going out to see it.
I'm looking at the budget right now. It had a $90 million budget, and as of right now in the box office, it has made 142 million.
Yeah.
So it already got its return. We just needed to blow it out of proportion. Hit it.
Usually the quick rule that people do is you double the budget for the marketing.
Almost there. They need.
Yeah, it's fine. It's gonna get more than its budget.
It's gonna
But
hit it.
I just wanted to do better than the first one, and I wanted to, like break some records. Like probably
Yeah.
best opening for April. I don't know, something like that. And we'll see if Mario could compete, if he could bring it.
We'll see. I'm really happy with how Sonic is, and these Sonic movies have brought so much joy. We'll see what the Mario movies do.
And you know what? Chris Pratt is also in Parks and Rec
That's we got a Parks and Rec off.
cinematic universe.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. That'll be so interesting.
They're gonna have to cross over. They're gonna have to agree at some point. It's gotta be a Sonic.
It's gonna be another Sonic and Mario at the Olympic
Yeah,
Games, but this time it's
exactly.
gonna be a Sonic and Mario movie crossover.
Exactly. They have to. And again, just grab a ring. Just throw a ring and let Mario come through. It's that easy.
It's a me. Imagine
They were on Mushroom World.
Chris
It's pretty
Pratt
close.
comes out of the ring dressed as Mario.
Yeah.
But then if Sonic goes into his world, he's like video game Sonic, like the cartoon, the
Yeah.
animated.
Oh man,
It's a me, Mario.
the possibilities are there.
We're in the Renaissance. We're in the heyday of movies
Let's
based
see. I
on
feel like
video
we're probably in the
games.
beginning of this. Yeah, this is probably the inception.
Yeah.
This is probably the Spider-Man one of video game movies,
Many have tried, but this one achieved.
where others have failed.
Exactly.
But all right, Caroline, anything else that you wanted to say?
I think I bursted at my seams. I think
Seams are broken
I've said so cute, so awesome, and so cool millions of times throughout
as
this
much as you
podcast.
wanted to say.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good.
So I'll go ahead and end it here. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. If you want to hear more from us and you're hearing us on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. If you're hearing us on your favorite podcasting platform, then hit a follow or a notification bell if you're on Spotify and you want to hear more from us, and leave us an honest review if you're a returning listener. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Later, haters.